Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Chargers.
All right, YouTube, this is goatneck260. Here we go.
Northern California visits Southern California. The Niners and Chargers. Off we go from L.A. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. On the handoff, Sermon. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. They'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Garoppolo now. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. A give for Sermon running right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
To the right side, this is Sermon. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Sermon taking it in from 7 yards away. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, D. Come on, D. Come on, D.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Well, a man open down the middle of the field. Mike Williams, 68 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he returns this to the 22. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
3 yards the gain there, second down. Seven, our score after one. Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Now a play fake. Garoppolo.
What the?
Oh, that's into a double.
Come on, man.
Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger team.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Okay.
That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he's able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
To throw is Garoppolo. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football.
Come on.
Picked up by the Chargers. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it, They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it, try and keep a defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
8 yards to go on second down. Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Here's Herbert. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now. Herbert now. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They snap it to Herbert. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. That one caught by Ross Dwelling. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now a handoff, Sermon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
2nd and 14. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
What a savvy read by the running back. He saw his quarterback was out of the pocket in a little bit of trouble. He just broke off his route and took off deep downfield. Thought for a second there they had him, but they were unable to connect for a big play.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. D. Ford able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
First half. My defense kind of held me down, but I'm going to see if I can turn it all around the second half.
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Try and throw for it here. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a run with Sermon, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 51 yards. And the Chargers use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drop, and they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly. And
intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 24, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. They run. Here's Sermon. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Garoppolo looks to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. But look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. That's into the hands of Dwelly. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On play action, now Garoppolo. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
On second down, it's Sermon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 46 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll find Ayuk open right side. Touchdown 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo, a touchdown pass to Brandon Ayuk. And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flop.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
On the option, here's Eckler. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now Herbert gives this one to Kelly. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the 1st down. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean,
felt in good shape, but